He is 26 years old, and he knows his chance may have passed. He has a world championship and national titles, and for the past 3 years, Todd Eldredge has been on the brink. His one Olympic experience 6 years ago dissolved. Now, Nagano was supposed to be Todd's time, his last chance.
What I thought the Olympic experience, or what I was hoping the Olympic experience was going to be like, was totally different than what I'd hoped it would be.
So when have you gotten angry between then and now?
A few times in the last week.
Have you yelled?
No, not really.
Have you cried?
Yeah.
Have you pounded a pillow or done anything else?
No, none of that. Just, you know, it's a tough thing. You know, I mean, it's something that you know, I'm still kind of wondering whether or not to continue and to try another 4 years for the next one. And kind of leaving all my options open right now, and haven't really made any solid decisions. But you know, to know that this could possibly be the last chance I'll have at it, that's tough.
Did the Olympic gold medal mean more than the 5 national championships or the 1 world championship?
You know, for me, I guess maybe I did put a little bit too much of an importance on winning this one. Maybe I tried a little too hard. I think things just don't work quite right when you overwork things.
And so it hurts.
Sure. Since I was a kid, I mean, I've dreamed about standing up there and listening to the anthem as it goes up, and that's the way it is. It's not going to happen.
There was really some joy, it looked at least through the TV, in the friendship you had with Tara, and the two of you supporting each other, and the fun you had. Can you tell me probably the mixed pang of thrill for her and, again, sadness for yourself when she had her big night? Tell me about that relationship with Tara and her night.
I want to say the best thing and the hardest thing for me was to watch her get on the podium, get the medal, and watch the flag go up.
And you always have new goals and new things you want to set up for yourself so you can make yourself better. And you know, winning Olympics was the biggest dream I've ever had. So I mean, I've gotten over that, but I mean, it's not like I'm not going to have any more goals.
You know, I did everything possible. And I look back and I think, you know, it was a great time. I had fun in Nagano, and I skated well, had a performance that I'll always remember, and I won the silver medal.
The Yogi National Stadium. 34 years later, the view from the diving platform looks a bit different. Pasha Gritschuk and Yevgeny Platov, since the Nagano Games, she's discovered that she skated then and will skate now with a broken bone in her left wrist. And what a maelstrom of controversy there was about their gold medal. And Yevgeny Platov, they won a gold medal, but the controversy started after proper deductions weren't made when she stumbled in the early compulsories. Now it's a gold medal they must defend. Beth Ruyak asked them about that.
Do you know about the controversy? Do you know that people have been talking so much about the judging?
Yes. Can I say that first? You know, it's making me feel really bad because, you know, a lot of specialists and a lot of, you know, people who really know ice dancing, they definitely know that, you know, judgment was right. And, you know, it's really put on us a lot of pressure and a lot of bad feelings because we are the winner. And we felt that people think that judgment was wrong. So
What do you think? Did you get help from the judges?
No.
Yevgeny?
No, actually, you know, after we skate free dance and all judges put us in the first place, you know, was, I think, right.
China's Lu Chen. Her performance and her story, both equally compelling. Lu Chen of China has said that the Olympics in Nagano are her last competition, but her future, so much of that remains unclear.
To understand Lu Chen is to understand the burden she carries. Growing up thousands of miles from home, her coach as her surrogate mother, skating always with the expectations of her country. It's hard to believe that one girl could make a sport important. But in this country of 1 billion people, one girl did. A little girl who discovered the freedom of skating on an empty lot in her backyard.
At that time, we don't have indoor rink. It's outside. It's cold. It's freezing and snow. I saw a lot, you know, my little friend, they go skating and they have fun. I don't have skates yet. So my dad, he borrowed some like skates and then I wear them a big. So I go there with my sister and we skate. You know, I don't want to take off my skates. Like, I want to skate more and more.
More and more gave China what they never had before, an Olympic medal and a world championship. Skating was Lulu's freedom. She went to America and discovered the joy of making her own choices. But her government said no and told her to come home.
Before the Olympic, our federation, they want me to stay in China and training. Because if I stay in America, they can't really, you know, they can't really know what I'm doing.
So she went, back to a place of control. And to people outside of China, it seemed that Lulu had disappeared. With the Olympics just 6 months away, she was given the one thing she asked for, a new coach. In 1997, Lulu's skating had faltered. She finished 25th at the World Championships. In the fall, she had to skate in Vienna to qualify for the Olympics. Her coach believed that she could.
He really take care of me. Before I go to Vienna qualify, I was so scared because, you know, all thing in my head, I can't forget like that moment, like last year it was, and I'm so scared to go to competition again. But I know I have to do this because I really want to go to this Olympics. But you know, it's so hard. So he keep, you know, we talk, always talk together, and then he keep, you know, telling me, it's okay, you can do it, just, you know, trust yourself.
She gave this moment to her coach in gratitude for all that she had learned. And to China, she gave a second bronze medal, proof that she knew how to win. And since she is the foundation of China's figure skating future, why would they ever let her go?
They want me to start doing coach, the teaching, because they really want to have more, you know, good skater. But I think I'm, you know, too young to be coach. After 95 Worlds, you know, I already tell them I want doing the Olympics, next Olympics, but after Olympics I will finish. I want to be a butterfly. Skater, they're like butterfly. They have short life, but it's beautiful.
And so we are back at Yoyogi National Stadium in Tokyo, Japan. Al Trautwig and Sandra Bezic, more of us and more of the great figure skaters that we've seen so far. And Sandra, what I saw was the reasons why they won the medals that they won in Nagano.
You're absolutely right. And what I was impressed with was that I expected them to be free tonight and perform with abandon, but I did not expect the high level of technical difficulty, and they're doing almost all of it.
One of the highlights was Felipe Candeloro, and clearly the crowd here is buying everything he's selling.
It's certainly my highlight.
Yes.
And I'm curious to see what he's going to do later this evening, because he's always full of surprises.
And that's the best thing about this. We've seen him once, now we see him twice.
Olympics.
What to say to a Todd Eldridge, what to say to a Michelle Kwan, who was so focused on gold. People have tried, but she's pretty smart.
People told me just these past couple days that if they had 2 gold medals to give, that they would give it to me too. But, you know, there wasn't. And I know that. And it wouldn't be the same if they had 2 gold medals. It wouldn't mean as much to me.
Michelle Kwan once again with her coach, Frank Carroll.
What?
You look so happy.
It must reflect your mood.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I not so?
Not terribly. Let's see what you can do out here. Let's get into the emotion of this program.
She was a little girl when it all began 4 years ago. Figure skating was focused on Tanya and Nancy, while 13-year-old Michelle Kwan waited. She wanted the chance they had, and her family nurtured that innocent wish. Her family also taught her that she wasn't just skating for herself. She was skating for her country and for the Kwan family. Frank Carroll knew that he was training a child, but he also knew that she had the talent and the desire to be what she dreamed. And many others knew the next great American skater was being shaped. She became the world champion at 15, maturity in her face and her skating. Michelle had given the sport a soulful elegance. She had become America's anointed one. Then there was a time of injury and vulnerability. Maybe Michelle had been ready too soon. For the first time, there was doubt about her Olympic dream. But 15 perfect scores 1 month before the Olympics said it all. Michelle was perfect. It was a consensus. She would follow Peggy and Dorothy and Christy. She was declared the Olympic champion before she even skated in Nagano.
Right after my long program, I was really, for a minute I thought I was dreaming. You know, I had to close my eyes and say, okay, this is not a dream. I just couldn't believe that I went into the Olympics hoping to skate well and getting off the ice, knowing that I did it. People said I didn't have the spirit while I was skating, I didn't have the spark, but inside I did. Maybe I didn't express it. But if I had to take it back, maybe I would have had that spark, skated a little better, and maybe that would have made a difference.
It was an innocent wish to be an Olympic champion, and all of America embraced it. But for Michelle Kwan, what made history was the reality of almost.
I think in my eyes it was a golden performance. I know that I did my best, and I always said if I did my best, I skated best, and I didn't win, I would be happy with it, which I am now. I mean, deep inside, I know I did it, you know, and it may not be the right color medal, but, you know, in my heart, that's all I can hope for.
The youngest gold medal skater, what does that mean to you?
Well, it feels great. I mean, last year when I was the youngest to win Worlds, it was, you know, so great for me. And then this year to win the Olympics was even better. And, you know, you dream of it your whole life. You always want to win a Worlds or Nationals, but Olympics is that you always dreamt of that, you know, more than anything. And so when I won, it's really amazing.
In terms of skating history, were there other skaters that you watched, other women that you remember thinking about?
I remember vividly Oksana last year, and when she won, or 4 years ago rather, and how excited she was. And I remember they have like a little video on demand at the rink, and I watched her program and her sitting in the Kiss and Cry just crying, and it was so cool. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so perfect if that was me. And that night, it was my moment, and it was so cool.
Tara, what do you do with fear?
Well, you know, before you go out on the ice, waiting for your name to be called, that's when you get it, and you try not to think about it, and it's hard. You know, before I went out there, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. But once the music started, everything just came into place, and the music, you know, you got into your music and you just started, and you thought, you know, you can make this like the best moments of your life where you could just be okay, and I really wanted to make it good.
Did you think about the gold medal? Did you think about the silver?
Definitely. I mean, you always think about that. You always think, what happens next time I see this hotel? I could be Olympic champion, and you know, you think about things like that, and I think it gets you pumped to go out there and skate well, but you have to not think about it too much that you want it so badly, you go out there and you mess up.
Do you want a movie? Do you want lots of commercials?
That's so hard. I mean, whatever comes, and we'll see how it goes with the schedule and everything, but see, those are the little things that are exciting that you get extra too. But I mean, for me, I think the best part of winning was that feeling you get inside, like, I can't believe I've done this, and how happy I'll be every night when they announce the Olympic champion.
And then people do put the dollar figures that are tens, 20, 50 million.
You know,
how do you think about that?
Well, you try not to, because when you're skating, it's not about the money. It's about, you know, loving to skate and doing shows and competing and not even thinking about the money. And I let my parents and everyone else handle that.
And do you remember that dream, that feeling of the moment when you were a little girl compared to the real thing?
Well, the real thing is so much better. You can dream and dream, and it's nothing like when you're actually up there and you know it's for real.
Their Olympic experience is officially over, and we hope you've gotten a sense of what these athletes have meant to the people of Japan here. You might say this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship, and that these skaters will always have Nagano.